Okay, so I just got out of the shower, and somebody's Skyping me, and I don't care. I just got out of the shower. I'm wearing this crappy shirt because I'm only going to be awake for another 2 hours because I worked a long day at work. And so, if you don't like it, I don't care. Okay, so I'm going to talk about part 2. This is part 2. This is what happens after I get off the plane. Hold on. Let me make sure I'm in the right spot here. Okay, anyways, as I'm getting off the plane, alright, it's 11:50. The train I was planning on taking was at 10:55. It's almost an hour later. The next train came at like 12 midnight exactly. So I'm like, okay, there's no way I'm going to miss the train that I was going to go on. After that, I can't even do my backup plan. So now plan A failed, plan B failed. Now I need a plan C. And this lady, Linda, thank you so much for being so kind and so generous and so awesome. She was just trying to be amazing and say, oh, well, I don't know how safe that train station is. She lives an hour west of JFK. I was going 2 hours east of JFK. Okay? So, that means she was willing to drive me, like, all the way there. She's like, I can find somebody to drive you all the way out there. You know, she's trying to do everything she could. And I was just amazed at it. I'm like, I had to keep telling her, you know what, I think it's just best, I think it's the safest thing for me to do, to just stay the course, get on the train I was planning on getting on at the station I was planning to go to, and just follow the course, because otherwise I'm going to get lost. And, you know, I'm just going to do what I know how to do, which is a very male thing to do. Males like to do the same thing they've been doing over and over and over again, because it's just easier that way than learning something new. So, yeah, that's what I kind of stuck to doing, because I'm like, I don't know the area, you know, I don't know what to do. I think this is probably just the best idea for me to do, and I had to keep telling her over and over and over again. And I hung out with her for an hour in the airport because the train out to Long Island wasn't going to leave until 2:12 in the morning. So I had to basically waste 2 hours, and so I just kind of tagged along with her while she was there, and we hung out and talked, and I don't know, it was just a very strange connection between the two of us, but it was definitely a good connection. And so I parted ways with her around 1:30 in the morning and gave each other a hug. So it was really interesting. This lady that I just met, you know, and I ended up giving her a hug on my way out. Very interesting. So I get on the air train. The air train is this little overhead train. It's about a 10-minute ride to Jamaica Station. Get off at Jamaica Station, which is in Queens, which doesn't seem to be the happiest neighborhood there is. You know, Jamaica neighborhood doesn't seem to be the happiest, but it's where I was. And it was actually quite creepy walking around there in the middle of the night, because there weren't a lot of people there. It was very industrial looking, you know, not very fancy. It was just kind of very, you know, this is a train station, you come here to take trains and only to take trains, and there's lots of metal and lots of concrete. And so I had to wander around. There's like 3 levels to the damn place, so I had to find where to get the tickets. Was on the lowest level, and then I had to come back up to the other level and get on the train, and it was dark, and it was creepy, and it was filled with concrete and metal, and it was just not the happiest place to be, but, you know, it's part of the experience. So I did it, and I was just so tired and out of it at that point, I just didn't even care. And to prove it to you, here is going to be a video talking about what happened. For a little while, because you've pretty much heard about all of it, but I just want to illustrate how friggin' tired I was and how delusional and out of it I was. So, roll to that. I can't say I expected it to end up like this. Oh, fuck. I'm so tired that it took me until just now to realize that I'm actually outside. This is not a building at all. I'm outside. There's just a glass pane between me. See, that's open. That's how tired I am. This is what New York looks like. Queens, anyway. This is what Queens looks like. Just so you know. I did not expect it to end up like this. It is almost 2 a.m. I expected to be all the way there by 12:30. It's now 2 a.m. I'm not even on the train. Let me explain to you my little situation here. Okay, my original plan was get on the train at 6:40, or to get on the plane at 6:40. That was great. I was beyond security by 5:20. I had an hour and 20 minutes to wait for the plane. So I was going to get on the plane. I had it all planned out. I had it all written down in my little notebook that I wrote down. I was going to be off the plane at 6:40, or I was going to be off the plane at 10:07. Then I would take the little train, the air train, a 10-minute ride to this station. This is Jamaica. No, I'm not in actually the country Jamaica. That's just the name of the station. It's Jamaica. It's spelled the same way. It's pronounced the same way. I was supposed to leave it here at 10:55. And then I would get to my friend's place on Long Island at 12:24, which I'm like, okay, that's going to be late. It's going to be a long night. I realize this. Well, that was before I recognized or found out there was an 85-minute delay on my flight. 85-minute delay. Okay, that's all I'm going to show of that, because it's going to be so grueling to go through all of it. I recorded 7 minutes and a half of footage of me just blabbing at the camera tired. If I were to talk in a normal voice, it probably would have only taken me 2 minutes, but I was tired, so I was just like a drool monkey the whole time. You get the idea. Anyways, so I go to get on the train. I go down to the platform, and I look around, and I see this businessman. Kind of short. He's starting to bald a little. He's got, like, you know, the business. He's got a tie on. And, like, he cannot walk straight. Like, he's walking into pillars. He's going to fall over. I'm like, holy crap. This guy's going to fall onto the tracks. And then I'm never going to get to Macy's place, because the friggin' man is going to fall on the tracks. And the train's going to run him over. And then it's going to be this huge problem. But actually, I managed to get on the train all right. Now, he was not the only drunk person. Believe me, he was not the only drunk person. Some other guy in a light blue polo shirt, who was probably about 25, was wandering around running into shit too. I was like, holy crap, the drunk people. I've seen the zombie apocalypse, and instead of zombies, it's drunk people. And there's loud, cackling hoe bags there too, who just got out of the club. And so I go and get on the train finally. I sit down, and yeah, those cackling hoes are sitting 2 rows behind me, and so is the man who I thought was going to fall on the tracks. And he's like getting in the aisle and like dancing to stupid shit, and they're like cackling really loudly behind me. I'm just like, this is so annoying. But actually it was kind of funny at the same time, so I'm just like in this mixed mood of like, I'm really tired and I'm not in the mood for this. But if I was in the mood for this, this would be hilarious. So I'm just gonna not do anything. I'm just gonna, this is part of the experience. I'm just gonna go along with it. I'm just in a bad mood. Whatever. 3:30 a.m. I finally get to the train station. Macy comes out and greets me, and then everything's great. And so we walk back to his little dorm place, and I finally go to bed at 4 in the morning. Yay. I called him up at around midnight when I got to the airport and said, okay, go to bed, set your alarm for 3:30 in the morning. No, set your alarm for 3 a.m. and wake up. Get your 3-hour sleep cycle, wake up, and then come pick me up. So he did. He went to sleep for 3 hours, and then he came and got me, which is exactly, it's for his health, and I respect his health. So that's what happened. You know, we gave each other the bro grabs, you know, douche douche, because we're dudes and whatever, and we talked all the way back, and it was just a crazy experience, and there's nothing I wanted more than to go to sleep. So after I go to sleep, I wake up on day number 2, which is video number 3. Click the link down here somewhere to go to video number 3. Video number 3, okay, Friday I spent all in Long Island. So if you don't want to see Long Island stuff and you want to go right to the Manhattan stuff, click on the other link at the bottom somewhere over here. That'll take you to video number 4. That's where I actually go to New York City. Alright, I'll talk to you mofos later.